There's a new prefab home from a company that almost every person watching this video has heard of, but they aren't known for housing. In your home right now, you might have one of their fridges, a stacking washer dryer, or even a cooktop, but nobody is watching from inside one of their prefab homes yet, unless maybe you're watching from Korea. Big thank you to Turbo Tenant for sponsoring this video. Without Turbo Tenant, this video would not be possible. Simple as that. For this video, I'm in Seoul, South Korea, and if you haven't guessed it by now, the home that I'm here to see is the LG Smart Cottage. The LG Smart Cottage is available in 4 different versions, including 1- and 2-story homes. The frame is built with structural steel, and the finished product is a modern 2-story prefab home with smart features that'll enhance everyday life for those living in it. The Smart Cottage Display Center isn't located right in Seoul, so I'm heading up into the Yongsan station to take a train south. Here we go. All right, I gotta get the camera. For those interested in seeing the Smart Cottage, plan on a 1.5-hour train out of the city, then a 20-minute taxi to a display center that currently has 4 smart cottages set up. Available viewing times are listed on their website. All right, I have arrived in Gimje, and behind me you can see the 2 larger versions of the LG Smart Cottage, both 2 stories. The closest of the 2, that's the Duo Max 45, and then off in the distance you can see the Duo Plus 45. I'm gonna start with the Duo Max because it's the higher end of the 2 versions, so seems like a good place to start. Let's check it out. So we're just barely into this video, and I have a feeling the question on most people's mind is this going to be available in the United States? And the answer is, right now it isn't. However, I have been told they are exploring opportunities in the United States, so it is something that's coming. Now, first look at the front. We've got a steel siding here. This is something that is only available on the Duo Max. And then this is a little added security. So if you're in an area that needs a bit of extra security, they've got these steel grates that fully cover all windows and doors. You can see there's another one over on the front door there. So you just lock that into place like so. And then when you want it open, you do the exact opposite. It just kind of accordions down on one side. So there are definitely areas that need a little extra security, and you've got that steel grate available on the Duo Max. Not available on the Duo Plus. Now towards the back of the home, we've got the utilities, and I will check that out. However, first I want to talk about the dimensions. So this home, as it sits, is 11 feet wide by about 36 feet long, and I have been told again, that is because of the shipping restrictions here in Korea, but when it gets stateside where things can be a little bit bigger, they will be both wider and longer, allowing for a larger footprint. So as this sits, when you combine the top and the bottom floor, you're looking at about 485 square feet, but that is going to be bigger when they start building them stateside. Let's check out the utility room. At the back of this home, they've got this utility room right here where you've got the heating and cooling unit. Typically something like this, you're gonna see it outside beside the home, but the team at the LG Smart Cottage wanted it tucked away just for cleaner sightlines. Another thing that I didn't mention is on the Duo Max, both the 45 and the 26, the roof is all solar panels. So that system is right here where they're collected from the solar panels. And then this door right here is home to the 200 liter hot water tank. Let's check out the inside. So one of the things I've been excited about with the Smart Cottage is the fact that it's got smart in the name. So it's gonna have some features that maybe I haven't seen before. One of those features was Aaron, the guy that I'm with today from LG Smart Cottage, he showed me an app on his phone, and when we got to the train station, you could see that things started cooling down in the home. So it's got a location tracker on it, I guess. So as you get closer to the home, it senses your arrival, so the temperature comes down to the setting that you want it at. The lights can be set, all of that stuff. As you get closer, the home kind of prepares for your arrival, I guess you could say. You'll also notice on either end, they've got the CCTV cameras, and they've got a doorbell that you can communicate with guests. You can set a temporary code to the door. So say I was having lunch up in Seoul and a friend came to visit me here. They're dropping something off. I could set a temporary password from my phone and that would allow them to go inside and drop off a cake or whatever they're leaving for me. So we've got that system right here. He told me the password, the temporary password was 60. And I had to go locate Aaron because I thought the password was 60. However, it was 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let's head inside. If your rental listing isn't on every major site, you're basically invisible to renters. And if you're invisible, you're losing money. I've seen it firsthand. Weeks go by with little to no interest or a flood of unqualified leads that waste your time. Either way, your unit sits vacant and that's cash straight out of your pocket. That's why I like TurboTenant. You can build a listing in under 10 minutes and they automatically post it to all the top renter sites, apartments.com, Redfin, Craigslist, and more. When you get your listing in front of more high-intent renters, you get to choose the best applicant, not just settle for whoever shows up. Oh, and it's completely free. Unlimited listings, all pushed out to major platforms, no catch. They even have this AI tool that helps write your rental description so you're not stuck staring at a blank screen or writing something that doesn't convert. Don't wait until you're paying another month's mortgage out of pocket. Go build your first listing with TurboTenant. It's fast, it's free, and it gets your property seen. I'll drop the link in the description. So one of the cool features that they've got in the LG Smart Cottage is this welcome button that you can push by the front door when you get home. So you can control everything from your phone, including the blinds, or you can just wait until you get here and hit welcome. All the lights should turn on and the blinds should start to go up. There they go. Nice little feature that I think is pretty cool and kind of handy to have it right here. Right beside it is, well, I can't read what that says, but if this is welcome, that might be goodbye. And that turns off all the lights and lowers the blinds down. So the way they have this home set up, you have a bit of a landing here. There's a place to put your things with 3 shelves there. They've got some controls over here, like the thermostat and AC stuff, all that kind of thing. So this thing arrives ready to go. I'm talking stacking washer dryer there. I'm talking fridge, dishwasher, microwave, everything right down to a vacuum that is right here in the closet. And one of the cool things about it is, like the blinds, like the temperature, you can control these things from your phone. So I could throw my laundry in here, leave the house, say I don't want to listen to it, and I can start it from, I don't know if it's the same application or a different app, but you can start the washing machine from your phone. Obviously, you can't use the app to go from the washing machine to the dryer, but if you had stuff in the dryer that was wet, you could start that with your phone as well. Now, let's head into the living room. People told me it was going to be humid in Korea, but I didn't know it was going to be this humid. Bad day to be a stamp, I tell you what. One of the things that I like about this living space, there's a couple actually. So you saw when I was outside, they've got the big window here with the door right beside, but they've got the exact same window on the back side of the home as well. So that really opens up this space because not only do you have a huge window on each side, but you've also got an open section straight up to the ceiling of the second floor. So the height in this space is over 20 feet high. So it's 11 feet wide, but it feels a lot bigger because you've got the windows on both sides and you've got the 20 foot of ceiling height. It's very nice. In here, they've got it set up with a couch, a little bit of a table, a couple chairs. As far as the kitchen goes, we have got fridge over here. You've seen it. You know how they work, but still want to show you. Got a bit of storage up above. Then some cabinets. So there's 3 sets of cabinets there. We've got an induction cooktop, of course, by LG here. And how does this open? Go like that. So microwave there, and I'm guessing this is a pots and pans drawer. Never opened it, but yeah, absolutely. Dishwasher beside the fridge and sink. And this is something that I haven't seen before actually. So they've got the regular faucet here. That's for doing your dishes, washing fruit or vegetables. And then they've got the purified water here. So if you want to drink, wait, hang on. I might have been wrong. So this is the drinking one here, but this one has a picture of an apple and a carrot. So I'm guessing if you want to be rinsing your fruit and veggies, you're going to do it on this one right here. And then this is just for dishes. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go back to the bathroom and then we'll go upstairs. Right beside the door is the bathroom, and they've got a vanity in the corner with storage down below. And then in the corner, they've got the tile shower, bigger tiles on the wall than the floor, with the removable shower head here. And then if I come out, a couple places to hang your towels, and toilet right there with bidet controls mounted on the wall. I missed a couple things in the living room. Let's go back. What I missed was there's these sensors on the doors and windows right here. These come standard, and that basically tells you within the same app whether or not a window is opened or closed. And you can check that, say, if you're anything like me, I leave the house. Almost every time I think, did I close the front door? Did I lock the front door? Is the garage wide open? Usually no, but half the time I drive back because I'm a head case like that, and I have to know. If I start going down that road in my head, I gotta go back no matter where I am. It's super frustrating. But if I had this, I would just bring up my phone and say, oh yeah, you did close it, so as you were, keep going. Same thing with the windows, or same thing with the door here. You can know for sure, not only if it's closed, but also if it's locked. So I like that. I need that. Let's go upstairs. Notice the lights on the stairwell going up. As I get closer, they turn on. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about a light switch. They're going to turn off automatically. But as I move up the stairs, they're turning on as they sense that I'm going up. This is probably my favorite space in the house. And that's because of the way it feels. I would describe that feeling as cozy. So the bed's back here, I'll get to that in just a second. This space over here is a multi-purpose flex space where you can really let your imagination run wild. What they've got here is a couple chairs, a little table, and this is actually an air filter. So say you or your partner went out for a bean burrito or even a cabbage roll, something like that the night before, and they're not doing anything to help the air quality in the home. This isn't going to fully solve the problem for you, but it's definitely not going to hurt the situation. I think these should be in every home. That's a world I one day want to live in. Okay, back to the space. So really, with a space like this, it's flexible, it's multi-purpose. You can do whatever you want with it. So picture a desk right here if you work from home. You're looking over the downstairs, and what I like about this space is the fact that it's wide open to down below. This is an over 20-foot ceiling here, and it almost has tree fort vibes. It sounds stupid, but it is just kind of fun to be in this space. It's kind of tucked in, but it's also wide open. Just trust me on this one. It's a cool space. So like I said, you just got to let your imagination run wild and decide what you want to do with it, because it's here. You might as well use it. It's the best space in the house. For me anyway. Let's check out the bed, or I guess I should say bed frame. We're missing a mattress and a duvet to really finish off this staging, but as they say, oh God, that's showbiz, baby. What we've got at this end of the home, obviously, is the bedroom, but we've got a window at the side. We've got a window on, no, that's backwards. We've got a window off the side, a window at the end. This one's fixed, and this one opens. I didn't really think this shot out, but here we are. So if you think about this upstairs, this is almost more of a two-story studio because of how open the plan is, which I like, but it's probably best suited for one or two people just because of, yeah, how open it is. You might be wondering, wait, there's no blinds on these windows. What a crock. And no, you're wrong. They've actually got them tucked in over there and over there. And when I did hit the hello button and on arrival, they went up. If I hit the goodbye button, then they'll come down, or you can control them from your phone. I'm guessing one of those buttons right there controls them as well. So Pretty cool space all in all. I don't think I mentioned it, but I should probably note that this does ship in 2 pieces. Yeah, I'm stating the obvious, but I want people to know what they're looking at here. So the bottom ships in 1 piece, top ships in another. One is stacked on top of the other. As far as pricing goes, I'm gonna go straight across from the Korean currency to USD, even though when they start shipping these things in the United States, expect it to be different because, like I said, they're gonna be wider, they're gonna be longer, and it's gonna be a different price. However, to give people an idea, this starts at $282,000. Again, this is the Duo Max 45 LG Smart Cottage. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.